Hi everyone, Lewis here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to repair a helicopter vehicle in the DayZ Mod on ARMA 2. So before you do anything, you do of course need the Toolbox accessory inside your inventory to be able to actually use these items on the helicopter itself, with the exception of a jerry can, which you can actually use on the helicopter without having a toolbox. So let's just get in the helicopter so then I can show you guys what exactly we actually need to repair. So in the top left you can see 5 different things, the first of which is the hull, which is repaired using scrap metal. The second is the ENG, which is repaired using engine parts. The third is ATRQ, which is repaired again using scrap metal. The M-ROT is repaired using the main rotor assembly. And finally the INST is repaired again using scrap metal. So let's just get out of this and quickly show you what exactly we need to get up and flying. There's only 2 things you need to make it actually fly, but there is a very big downside about that, which I'm going to be talking about in a second. So let's just get these. So you need the main rotor assembly, which is 6 slots in your inventory, and also 1 jerry can, which is 3 slots in your inventory. So let's just go ahead and repair the rotor assembly and also fuel this up, and I'll show you the main problem with this in just a second. Okay, so I've fueled it up and put the main rotor assembly onto the actual vehicle, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on. You can see it does indeed turn on right now. And I'm actually going to go ahead and just eject from the vehicle, so then the vehicle will still be running, and just show what the problem is with it in its current state. So you can see, it isn't because I'm not inside the helicopter, it's just how a helicopter works. Without a certain thing repaired, it just keeps on spinning, and it makes it pretty much impossible to use when it's in mid-air. You can imagine when it's really high in air, it's going to be spinning really, really fast. I'm not going to be showing you guys that right now, because obviously I'd die, but it's pretty much impossible to use. Believe me, you don't want to use it, it's just going to crash into the floor, and you just really don't want to use it. So let's just get in it and turn it off again. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now here is one I made earlier with the same things which I put in this, but I've got a few extra things to put in it right now, so then we can fix all the problems which we've got. So it's just got the main rotor assembly and 1 jerry can in it at the moment. So the things which are highly recommended but not actually required to make it actually, you know, set off, but something I'd really recommend. You really can't drive it without dying unless you've got these items. So the main thing you actually need is a piece of scrap metal. It might seem a bit odd, but it's the thing which actually stops it from spinning. You can see over here, if you scroll down, there's 4 different things you can repair. Just a bit tweaking. Come on. There we go. There's 4 different things you can repair. The one which stops it from actually spinning is the V-rotor. So that's the main thing you kind of want to prioritize when you are actually, you know, if you only got 1 piece of scrap metal, that's the one which I'd highly recommend going for first. If you don't have that, it's going to spin out of control and just crash whenever you get it up in a decent height in the air. The second thing which I'd highly recommend is engine parts. Engine parts just stop it from blowing up as easily, and they take up 6 slots, and of course the scrap metal takes up 3 slots. So we go, just going to repair the engine quickly. Okay, there we go, we've done all that. The next thing I'd highly recommend is about 3 to 5 jerry cans. It's a bit different with a helicopter compared to a car, because of course if you do, for example, run out of fuel in mid-air, it's just going to fall to the ground and explode. It's as simple as that, and then anyone inside the helicopter is just going to die. So you really need to have a decent amount of fuel before you do set off, and you also need to make sure that you are topped up with the fuel, because obviously an emergency landing isn't always a possibility just on the fly to do. There's places which just really are impossible to land on without messing up a vehicle and breaking something and then causing even more issues with it. Alright, so there we go, fueled that up a bit more, and those are the main things which I'd say you need to make the actual vehicle fly. I'm just going to go in it quickly and turn it on just to prove that it isn't spinning like the other one did. Pilot and turn it on. Then we will just eject. So you can see it's not spinning, it's all fixed, it's all good to go really right now. There's a few more things which I'm just going to go over now, which are just going to help it a bit more. There we go, you can see it's not spinning at all. Let's go ahead and turn the engine off and get out. And that does also mean that the helicopter now has 100 litres of fuel in it, and the max capacity of this helicopter is 1,000 litres of fuel. Each jerry can puts in 20 litres of fuel, meaning that to max out this helicopter completely, you would need a grand total of 50 jerry cans. So the next things aren't exactly highly recommended, but are things which I'd recommend if you can get your hands on them. You know, scrap metal is quite common in certain areas, so just go ahead and pick these up and I'll show you what else we can repair. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and repair things which we missed off from before, which is the hull, the avionics, and the missiles. You might want to prioritize keeping like a spare scrap metal in your inventory just in case you do actually damage Rotor, so then you can repair it again, because that is the main thing which you are going to make sure that you have it fully repaired at all times. Otherwise, like I said, you are going to have some serious issues actually controlling the helicopter in the skies. Okay, so there we go, that's all repaired. And the final thing is just simply really optional. It is windscreen glass. These take up 2 slots each, and it's just really hard to get a helicopter or any vehicle for that matter with a full, you know, all glass setup. Like you can see right here, there's a lot of glass which you can repair. I'm going to assume this one up here is one at the front, although it does actually kind of look like it's already got glass there, so. But this glass simply gives the player a bit extra protection, so that's pretty much it. I mean, it gives you some extra protection in case you're getting shot at. You can see right there, there's our windscreen, let's shoot it. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful windscreen. That's pretty much it, so I'm going to get in a helicopter and fly somewhere very nice. But anyway, because this is the only helicopter, I guess, in the game, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly talk about some of the stats of the helicopter. So, it can hold up to 8 people in it, which is quite a large amount. It can go a max speed of 220 kilometers an hour. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, there will be a full list of all of the spawn locations for the helicopter in the description below, along with a list of all the different components which you need to make this helicopter function fully. And also there'll be a playlist in the description below which will have all of the different vehicles which you can repair in the DayZ mod on ARMA 2. But anyway, if you did find the video useful or informative, then please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe and all that good stuff. If you've got any questions about this vehicle or any other vehicle, then feel free to leave it in the comment section below or PM me, and I'll see you guys later.